riding this trip or my life? Since 1983. 42 years. And in 1985, I found out about the Dalton Highway. Back then, it was a private road. Are you from here? So then, they used to issue permits to come up here, just to Coldfoot. And so I just graduated high school, and I was riding, touring, and I'm like, that's my goal. I want to go to Coldfoot. And then in 94, when they opened it up to the public, by then I was married, kids, started a business, and every year I kept saying, I'm going to do it, going to do it, going to do it. And 43 years later, here I am. Well, not there yet, but... Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 19. And look over there. You can see the Alaska pipeline going up over that hill right there. And look at this view where we are. Where are we? Well, we're in Alaska. I don't know. Well, here we are. Where are we? Where I finally made it to? The James W. Dalton Highway. Nice. This is the start. There's all the stickers. Yeah. And we made it on this bike, right? Good old Moto Guzzi. So this is the start of the Dalton. So as you can see, it's a beautiful day. I'm happy to see the mosquitoes, because the mosquitoes means beautiful weather, dry, no rain, hopefully no mud. But yeah, so we got a long way to go to get to the end, but we're gonna do it. So we'll take you with us. Alright, let's talk about the Dalton Highway. It starts about 60 miles north of Fairbanks in Livingood. Right from the start, it turns to gravel and takes you north 414 miles to the Arctic Ocean. The first third travel through the boreal forest, which is full of very dense and endless strands of dark green spruce trees and pine trees. Here, your next stop will be when you cross over the Arctic Circle. It's one of only 2 roads in North America that you can do this. In just a few miles up the road, you'll come to a small community called Coldfoot. Here you have to stop for fuel, because your next one will be 242 miles north at the end. You can also find some camping, some hotels, and food services here in Coldfoot. North of Coldfoot, climb up the Artic Pass into the Brooks Range, which is a very steep and winding road that travels through basically the northernmost point of the Rocky Mountains. After the Brooks Range, it dumps you down into the North Slope, which is also where the Arctic tundra starts. And that area is so remote and so unlike anywhere else in America where you can find yourself riding a motorcycle. And it finally ends at Prudhoe Bay at the very end of the Dalton Highway, some 414 miles north in a little oil settlement of Prudhoe Bay. Well, here we are.
Phone connected.
I forgot to turn on the helmet camera when I got onto this road, but if you've been here, you know where I am, because we are on the infamous Dalton Highway, 10 miles in, and we're just like, I feel like I'm crawling my way forward, going nice and slow, getting my dirt legs back under me after
couple days of pavement and no riding, and here I am. I find myself on the Dalton Highway. Yep. This is phase 3 of my 2025 Atlantic to the Arctic 40-year journey. Yeah, so could we ask for better weather? Fuck no. And, you know, I'm loving the fact that there's mosquitoes out like crazy because that means it's nice weather. God, I'm hoping I got 4 days of this. I'm hoping the next 4 days are just like this. I need some good luck. We've had a little bit of bad luck with this old girl. She's been great, but we had an issue. We lost a rear spoke. There was a little concern about just the integrity of the wheel with one spoke missing. Look at this view. Look at this view. Oh, man. So I had new tires put on. The guy who did the work, James Yogi from Lightning Power Motorsports in the North Pole. What a great guy. Highly, highly, highly recommend you guys, if you come up here, use him. He runs a tour company. He does a rental business, and he's an awesome mechanic. Super nice guy, very trusting, or you can trust him. So he thinks I'm good. I do have a spoke coming. He's going to replace it, or he's going to install it when I get back. But he thinks the wheel is good and strong. There's a little bit of an issue where the missing spoke goes. The rim's a little damaged, but we'll worry about that when we get back. And also one of my front rotors is a little fucked up, so I have a new rotor coming as well. But again, the consensus is we're good, we're safe. Let's get this ride done while the weather's good, and we'll fix those issues when we get back. So, oh, I can't believe I'm here. I'm finally here. I can believe it. I gotta stop saying that because I really can believe it. But it's just such a great feeling. So that's that. I'll turn the camera back on when we get to see some interesting things. Woo! Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are bad, baby. They are bad, bad, bad. I don't know if that camera is good set up there, but we'll see. We'll see. Probably needs to be higher. Okay, folks, I don't know if I'm recording or not. I think I have all my cameras turned on. We are at the Yukon River. The Yukon River Bridge. This is a pretty crazy bridge because it's wood. Look at how big this river is. And look at the holes on this ridge. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at the bridge. Oh. That bridge. Oh my goodness. How are we doing? Good. Can I get some gas? All right. No problem. Thank you, sir. All right. When you come get gas here at the Union Camp, you got to get the key for the pump, and it's on a it's on a canoe paddle. That's because they don't want anybody.
I am. Where am I? Well, I'm at Yukon River Camp, and I ran into Rod and Martin.
Hey, how are you?
From Australia. Right. I met these guys a couple days ago at the hotel, and now they're making the trek north.
Fingers crossed.
No issues yet?
No, only the mate. I could do with a better mate.
Well, yeah, you know. We got... Yeah, no kidding, right? This is Martin on his KLX 300 from James, and the BMW 310. So, yep. First, 80 miles? Is that what we've done so far?
I'll think about that. Yeah.
Not bad. Really dusty. We hear there's some construction coming up, so it could get a little gnarly, but we'll see. All right. Over and out. Peace.
Guys, look at this. Oh my
Phone connected.
God, look at this. Oh my goodness. Alright, you guys want to know what it's like when a big truck comes by you in the gravel? When it's dry up here? Looks like a little better spot. I'm catching this guy, that's good. The last two were brutal. Yeah, this one's good. Thanks, buddy. And he stayed real wide. Okay, we have 18-wheelers right behind us. I got a bunch of trucks in front of us, and we're going down Beaver Slide.
This is just a little south of the Arctic Circle.
Wow.
It's a pretty steep hill. You really can't tell from this footage from the GoPro, but we're going downhill. I have 4 pickup trucks in front of me and 1 18-wheeler right on my rear end going down this hill. And as you can tell, it's pretty dusty. You cannot see the vehicles in front of me. You can just barely see the vehicles coming at me as soon as they come out of that dust cloud. So again, it doesn't look as bad as it was when I was there. I will say I was quite terrified going down this hill. And it's very, very loose gravel. So, you know, the bike is moving around. And so, yeah, it was quite challenging. And as we get down to the bottom of the hill, it does turn into pavement. And now you're going to see a bunch of really nasty potholes on the left-hand side. And then shortly after this, I came to the Arctic Circle.
Some of these potholes, holy motherfucker. Alright, watch this. This ain't gonna be fun.
So this section of the Dalton, which is between the Yukon River Camp and the Arctic Circle, it's about 65 miles. There was a lot of traffic on this section because a lot of people just go to the Arctic Circle and turn around and come back. There was also a lot of construction on this section. And by far, this was the worst area to ride for the day. Lots of loose gravel, lots of dust, and some pretty nasty potholes. I didn't take any video during the construction zone. I did have one spot where I sat for about 45 minutes waiting for the pilot car to come. And other than that, once I got to the Arctic Circle, the road really kind of smoothed out, and it was
we
much
are.
nicer.
We have made it to the Arctic Circle, and there's a tour bus here with people just standing all around. How you doing? And there it is, the Arctic Circle. Here we are. Where are we? Well, we made it to the Arctic Circle. Here we are. We're on the Dalton at the Arctic Circle. It's been a dusty, bumpy ride. The 85 is doing wonderful. And, oh, Big Sexy was here. We watched him. And then in the back we have, I thought I put a sticker up here. Let's see. Where is, oh, this one right there. That's inappropriate. Trail recon videos. And of course, New England Sport Touring. And Piccadilly will go up there next. So, a bunch of stickers. Alright, we're gonna keep going north. It's a nice day today. We're heading north. Tour bus. Who would have thought? Fucking tour bus on the fucking Dalton Highway. But there was one. Back on the Dalton. Boy, this section correct. This was a rough road around here. There was a construction site about 20 miles back, and then it was just been like a dust bowl with unbelievable potholes to avoid. Crazy.
So I had watched pretty much every YouTube video out there on the Dalton Highway, and I noticed a lot of riders either turn around at the Arctic Circle or in Coldfoot. And I must say, if you're going to come up this far, go past the Arctic Circle, go past Coldfoot, because my experience was the worst part of the road was between the Yukon River and Coldfoot. Up Coldfoot is just spectacular. The scenery is incredible. There's long stretches of really nice pavement, and then the gravel that you find is not bad at all. Once about, I think I was about maybe 20 miles north of Coldfoot, and I got off the Dalton and started heading into this little tiny town called Wiseman. I don't even know if it's a town, but it's basically a couple of houses. And there's the Boreal Lodge where you can stay. They have cabins and have this, what they call the lodge, which is basically a little motel. Very reasonably priced. I think it was $112.
Okay, guys, here we are. Where are we? Well, we're at the lovely Boreal Lodge in Wiseman, Alaska, right on the Dalton Highway. I'm at the lodge, though, here in Wiseman. Look at that. What is that? I'm not sure what that was. Anyways, we're in bear country, so we gotta be careful here. And my bear spray is right here. We'll do a dirty bike tour. This is like 200 and what was today's ride? I don't know. Because I left. I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this video. Santa Claus. Where did I? North Pole. So, anyways, let's do. This is a half of a day on the Dalton. Yes, she's getting dirty. Oh no. Oh, that's the Moto Guzzi sticker. Look at the headlight. I gotta make sure I can even tap headlights on. Yeah. Pretty dirty. Can't even see the license plate. Kinda. So, and I left some of my stuff back in North Pole, and I forgot my map. But my little hotel here had an old copy of something. Had an old if you guys see a bear behind me, tell me. I'm paranoid.